Oh, see, and I just stuck my thumb in my coffee too, because we're talking about how things are not smooth. And even though I turned off like all my notifications on my phone, it still rung in a call from Facebook and kicked me out of Instagram. I love you, Misty. I love you. and I absolutely love that. I love that in a conversation about how stuff doesn't work, that happened. Even though I set my no disturb on, like all my notifications are off on this phone, the iPad, this phone. That was a Facebook call coming through that kicked me off of Instagram. Love you, Misty. Roll with it, baby. Roll with it.
That's it. Talk about rolling with it. So yeah, we never got to the exercise challenge yesterday. All my fault, because we had to roll with it. Because that's just how we roll, actually.
I might be a hot mess, but I make a hot mess look fun and colorful and delicious.
I don't have those claims to fame.
A PMS. You don't know.
Yeah, I'm PMS. Karen Brown loved me the other day. I'm PMS.
I know, right? Like, oh my goodness, somebody mentioned my name. What? Famous. I'm just saying.
That's right.
Out there.
Because I happened to pop in, and then a phone call came in, so I missed the whole thing. But I was in there just long enough for Carrie to go, "Oh, Wendy, you're here!" I was like, "Oh my God, fangirl moment! She loves me!"
I'm PMS.
It's kind of like when I went to get my nose ring changed last week, and I was talking to the piercer, and I gave him my name on Instagram. He's like, "Oh, I've seen you on Instagram." I'm like, "Oh, I'm having a fangirl moment. Oh my God, he recognized me."
I'm awesome. I just put it out there. Hashtag not vain. Hashtag not full of myself.
Hashtag having my own fangirl moment.
Right? Hashtag fangirl. I feel that way when anybody comes up and talks to me. A couple weeks ago, a lady came up to me at Walmart. She's like, "Oh, I follow you on Instagram." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so PMS." Someone in my small town at Walmart walked up to me and she knows me.
No, she doesn't. She just knows you from Instagram.
Do you know what that means? She actually kind of knows me. I think I'm more me on Instagram than I am anywhere else. I had that talk with somebody the other day because we were chit-chatting about the different formats between Facebook and Instagram. And you know what I really appreciate about Instagram is that you don't seem to get a lot of the snitty comments that you see on Facebook. So I find a lot of people, they're really a truer version of themselves on Instagram than they are anywhere else. Because we've already learned over the years, we don't post vulnerable stuff on Facebook because nasty Facebook people jump all over us. But I don't really find that on Instagram. I truthfully, I think if you start at the bottom of my page and scroll all the way up, you'll learn everything about me.
Anything's possible.
How well do you want to know me? That's the question.
That comes with a disclaimer, folks.
Right? It does. It always does. Just saying. My personality's pretty big. Not everybody can handle that.
I can.
I love you for it, too. So
I know you do.
So let's talk about some of the other things that we've had to roll with since keto. And kind of where I want to go with that is I used to find my life really, really stressful. And I didn't handle stress all that well. I didn't have very many coping mechanisms. But I find that since keto, it doesn't seem to affect me the same way. Like, I feel like instead of waking up and saying, "Oh my goodness, everything is going to be awful today," I'm like, throw it at me, I can take it.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think especially since KetoCon, you and I have had many, many moments like that where, you know, you're having these moments of things are changing in your life and you're making all these realizations and you're like, but with keto, your moods are so much more stable. And I've found that since I've been carnivore, my moods are even more stable. So I've had some really, really crappy stuff thrown at me and I've handled it pretty freaking well.
Pretty
and that's
good.
because my diet has allowed me to handle it pretty freaking well.
Well, and that's the bottom line for me. Without the sugars, without the carbs to set me off into these weird, bizarre moods all of the time, I'm just more level all of the time. And for me, I was always way, way down here. I was diagnosed with dysthymia or low-grade permanent depression in my early 20s, which basically they described to me as kind of just walking around with a cloud over you all the time. And by the way, it's not treatable, so just deal with it. Just deal.
Yeah.
Get over
I don't know
it.
how you're supposed to deal with
Snap
that.
out of it. Why gotta be like that all the time, Wendy?
No. You know, I mean, when I was struggling with bipolar, I really struggled hard on the depression end. And for me, it was always like having a 100-pound elephant sitting on my body. So I'm moving through the day. I'm a registered massage therapist. I'm going and massaging 5 and 6 people a day. We're talking almost every one of those is an hour at a time. Think about doing that with a 100-pound elephant sitting on you and zero brain capacity to function. I worked really hard. I did. I worked really, really hard. And I put on the face that I needed to put on because I had kids and I had a roof to keep over my head. But, you know, they can only medicate you so much. And for a lot of people, you know, they might react to the medication somewhat okay. I was one of those somewhat okay. It managed it, but it wasn't fantastic. Lots of people don't even get a solution. I mean, at least I had some kind of a solution. Most people don't even get a solution. You didn't get a solution. Lots of people don't get a solution with medication. No. By the way, I'm sitting outside. It's dark, so if I'm looking a little ghastly, it's because I'm out in the outside where it's still nice.
Well, and for me, it's not only did they not give me a solution, but all the way along the road were things that didn't work. Oh, you're depressed? Try this medication and let me know how it works. And in 3 months, if that one didn't work, let's try this one, and then this one, and this one. And I think I tried probably a dozen different antidepressants, and this many of them helped me. Not one. Some of them actually increased my suicidal tendencies. We talked about that the other day. A couple of those medications were really scary. I almost didn't live through testing some of those medications on myself.
Yeah, you and I were talking about this the other day. We both tried Wellbutrin at one point, and for me, it was 3 days. And at the end of the 3 days, I found myself, you know, curled up in a ball, sitting, rocking back and forth on the bottom of the tub in the shower, going, "Okay, there's something way wrong with me." So I ditched those. It took me a month to get back to where I was before I took them. So, you know, they don't always know what they're doing. And when they give you these drugs and you're literally rolling with it because you have to wait 6 weeks to see whether or not these things are going to work for you. And very often they don't work, or they work and then you feel flat. Like I've been on some that have left me just feeling like this all the time. Well, that's just brutal. I'd rather feel all the feelings than feel like that.
Well, because you feel hollow. You literally feel like an empty vessel. On those kind of medications, I feel like a shell of a person who's hollow on the inside, and yet I feel like so fragile on the outside. I don't know how to explain it any other way than I feel like I'm made out of hollow eggshell, and the second somebody flicks, I'm just ready to crumble into 1,000 pieces. And it doesn't even have to be a big thing. They just got to look directly at me and say, "Are you okay?" "Oh no, I'm alive, Amanda." And you break down because somebody looked right at you and said, "Are you okay?" And sometimes that's all it takes to, you know, trigger like a huge breakdown for me before. Like, it didn't take a lot of things. Like, somebody would just look at me and say, "Are you okay?" And then all of a sudden, all the feelings would come out. And I would be, you know, a crying, snot, bubble-blowing mess. Because that's really attractive. I'm just going to put it out there and say, if you're single, I'd always go for that look on a first date.
Yeah, you know, I I'm really lucky. I have really great friends, because when I had a family member at one time say that I was a lying, scheming, manipulative, vindictive, thieving, delusional bitch. Yep, I still remember the whole line.
All of the words.
My best friend said to me, those are all the qualities I look for first in my friends. I was like,
right,
oh, God
hello.
bless you.
I love you. These are all the things I look for.
Now I have to remember, I have to put that in her wedding speech in a couple weeks.
Right? These are all the things I look for in good friends. But you know what? Let's kind of talk a little bit about projection. Because we encountered that last week, and I saw it again in spades this week. And I see it over and over and over and over again. When somebody comes at me with something that's totally not my behavior, I'm like, oh, do you project much? I don't know if you realize you're projecting that on me, but I'm going to tell you, when somebody's coming at you with something and you're like, that's not me, chances are they're telling you how they feel about themselves. You're dishonest, you're this, you're that, and you're like, oh, I think you're talking about you.
Yeah, you know, I personally had someone kind of come at me, but it was funny because she came at me through Dori. It was, she sent me a message, but then she sent a big, long about me to Dori.
Yeah.
Now, I'm talking about her behind her back. I was talking about Dori behind her back. I'm a weirdo. I'm like, I haven't talked to anyone about you except Dori and my husband. Just to say I was worried, and if that's talking about you behind your back, well, okay, I'm guilty. You know, like, guys, we are mirrors, okay? So as Dori and I are growing, we have more people becoming attracted to us because we are putting out a bigger light, for lack of a better way to put that. We're kind of like a light. You guys are like moths to a flame, okay? Just to give you an analogy. As we get bigger, as we get brighter, it shines on other people, and then they see in themselves the things that they may not like about themselves, because we're holding up a mirror saying, hey, I had those qualities and now look what I'm doing. Or maybe I didn't have those qualities, but you know, you're seeing what I'm doing and you were thinking that you should have been doing what I'm doing, and now you're going to try and rain on my parade because you're really unhappy in yourself, and I'm doing this. I'm holding up that mirror saying, look at yourself. You need to look at yourself, honey.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
but people will often take the stuff they don't like about themselves that they see in someone else and then project it off themselves so that they don't have to look at it in themselves. And that goes back to the whole, you know, dealing with all your crap as you're losing weight, too.
Well, and it can be the simplest things or the most complicated things. And the best, funniest example I can think of, the other day I got a comment on one of my YouTube videos. Now, first of all, it's one of my earliest videos, and it's cotton candy made with sugar-free candies. Now, granted, that's not the best sweetener. There are other things you can make it out of. But it was one of my very first videos. It was made like in November. So somebody comments on it, oh, those candies are really high carb and definitely, you know, not keto and this and that and whatever. That video wasn't even edited. This is literally the worst thing I've ever seen. Delete your channel. So I commented back and I said, you know, yeah, they are kind of high in carbs, but the whole video, we use 6 candies divided between 3 people, so not one serving of those candies divided between 3 people, and you can also make it with, you know, monk fruit blend, whatever sweetener you want, and that was my comment, and they came back with, thank you for your quick response, however, I thought it was childish, rude, and pretentious, and I was like, wow, I think you're reflecting. Because when somebody comments and says, oh, this is, you know, the worst thing ever, you didn't even delete that. Literally, delete your channel. And my response was, there's other options. I got back, I was childish, I was rude, and I was pretentious. I'm like, wow, you talking about you, dude. You're totally talking about you.
Totally. So what else do you got going on this week, my friend?
You know what? I think I have pretty much a lax week for the rest of the week. Minus, we're going to do a bunch of recipes with the girls. Because while I've got the girls together, tomorrow's already Thursday, so we'll do probably something Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend with girl recipes. And other than that, I don't think I have any extra lives coming in unless somebody pops up and says, oh my God, I need to do something. I was talking to Steve Gonzo. We might try to squeeze in something Friday, but I don't know yet. So there's nothing set on my schedule yet, other than lots of girly food fun.
Cool. I'm not around tomorrow. I'm not online tomorrow. I'm driving partway across the province to go help my son move his stuff. So I am not going to be around very much tomorrow. Dori is going to be doing our exercise challenge. You guys get what you get.
You get what you get.
Tomorrow.
You get Dori style.
I'll watch the replay. I don't promise that I'm going to do the replay, but I'll watch it because I'm sure it'll be entertaining.
I'll watch it. And I think we're going to do a little earlier than 10 because I need to leave at 10 my time to take Lexi to the dentist in the city. She came to me and one of her little clips for her braces has come loose. So I need to drive her into the city to go to the dentist. So I'm going to try to aim for about 9:30 my time, 9:45, get it done, get it over, and then I'm out the door to the city tomorrow.
Okay, I'll make sure to set that for you. So,
yes.
Yeah, I'm doing that, and then I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I don't have a lot planned. I'm still working through stuff. I'm still integrating a lot of things, so I'm kind of in that weird limbo space between what I was doing and what I'm going to be doing. So, I'm not very exciting right now. I did do a really great live today. I did a live about carnivore. I did a Q&A, and honestly, it went an hour and 15 minutes. All by itself because people were asking really great questions. We were having really good discussion. Angie_nutrition was in there with me, and so she was answering some of the questions that I couldn't answer. So thank goodness for Angie because that was really helpful. So if you're interested, it's on my public page. It's Spirit Warrior Wendy Holistic Wellness Guide on Facebook, and it's posted there. And check it out if you're looking for more information on carnivore.
Yes. Awesome. Well, as always, it's so much fun getting over the hump with you, love. I'm going to head out and start making some supper for my family.
Alrighty, well, you guys, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, follow if you're enjoying what you're seeing. And apparently, I have butterfingers. Okay. So, I'm back. It's all good. Oh, I see one question here. Is Peterson Natural Farms bacon good for the keto diet?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Abso-frickin-lutely. It's the best bacon I've ever seen.
Sorry?
It's the best bacon I've ever seen.
We pretty much lived on it while we were at KetoCon. We were hungry. We'd go over to Peterson's and grab some of their bacon, or we'd grab some of their sausage. Like, seriously, this stuff is so good. No fillers, no nothing. Just good food. So, yes, order your Peterson's Natural Farms.
All day long. They're wicked. Speaking of, we're doing a t-shirt giveaway from my live from them too. And I'm doing it for the first time ever on IGTV. So I posted a 10-minute preview of the video that I did with Josh from Peterson's. And lucky number comment 13, hashtag Bacon Loves Me Back, on the IGTV video wins the t-shirt, and I will ship it out.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, my love, so you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will be tuning in and talking to you as we go along. You know, we're both just having kind of a bit more of a laid-back week this week, so love you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Have a great day, guys. Bye.